There we go. Hello, welcome to the Memory Arcade. I wonder if this particular song... Hi, yo kid, how are you? I wonder if this particular song ever came up anywhere else. Like, the only place I've heard it is the arcade game, and specifically the arcade version of Turtles in Time. That... God, I'm gonna hear that so often. Yeah, so... Oh, we're still in a track mode. Yeah, so real quick, I wanted to stream a lot more last few days, but it didn't materialize. Also, don't do drugs, kids, I guess. The FBI really wants you to know that. And, Let it shell! Let it shell! Who do we pick? You know what? We'll probably get you enough credits to... I like the idea that the Statue of Liberty is just sitting there without being tied to the foundation at all. Anyway. Yeah, so a certain game is coming out tomorrow. And one I've been looking forward to a lot. Which is why I'm doing this retrospective to begin with, and we really couldn't do this without doing Turtles in Time. Well, this guy was really motivated and then just, I guess... Oh, this one was more lucky. I have not played the arcade version extensively. I had the Super Nintendo version the year it came out. In Germany at least, back in the day. They play pretty much identical. There's subtle differences here and there, like the box looks different for some reason. There was less voice acting in the Super Nintendo. Oh, Splinter, tell me to hurry up, will you? Well... Well, they're freaking death race on the table here. The game feels pretty fast, and I'm not sure if that's just by virtue of the arcade version, or simply because from back in the day I might be used to the 50 Hz PAL version. Death Ray bands, yeah, very good. I will say this, I didn't mind having a health buff for the bosses. There's a thing the console edition had. Also, weren't the 90s just a weird and blessed time where there could be a message? I mean, it's kind of... Sadly, it's still America in a nutshell, where there would be a message at the beginning, don't do drugs, kids. And then Baxter Stockman comes at us with a freaking Uzi. Like this... Like, the slime revolver is kinda, you know, fantasy-ish. But the gun just now that I knocked out of his hand, that was just a gun. Super Nintendo was missing a lot of animations.
Alley Cat Blues. Cool off, sucker.
Also, I like the idea of a portion of New York being so far gone that the Turtles and the Foot are just battling each other in the street in broad daylight.
Pizza time.
Yeah. But I don't want to shit on the Super Nintendo version. I love it dearly. It's probably the thing that sold me on the Super Nintendo. And my family would have gotten it probably at some point. You know, new Mario, new Zelda, all that jazz. Like after the NES, we were pretty much sold on this whole video game thing. But this goddamn game with its graphics and giant sprites and just like little old me looked at the screenshots back in the day and was like, this looks like the cartoon. Still doesn't look quite like the cartoon, but I will say it has aged better than the cartoon. Did they get the same voice actor for all the bosses? Also, this guy is just... I think we had a few of those... We had a few of those bosses in... I want to say... the first arcade game, maybe? Oh, wait, no. It was Radical Rescue. Where there was just a certain amount of attacks that you could not really dodge. But the game was like, yeah, no, give us your credits, which made no sense in Radical Rescue because that was a Game Boy game, but fun one though. If it wasn't for its, I want to say, C-list boss cast.
Sewer surfing. My toes, my toes.
Let's just get it out of the way. Well, I think we're about due for a changeover. Oh, kitty cat.
My toes, my toes.
I mean, I get it. The arcade munchers were designed to be a little unforgiving. And here's Mikey. The arcade games were designed to be a little unforgiving because they had to make money. And then later on they had this thing where they wanted kids to have a certain sense of value when they bought a game with their allowance. So that was an incentive to keep certain difficulty levels up. Yeah, Cat, I love you too. To keep difficulty levels up at home. And I think it wasn't until the Super Nintendo, like games developed for the Super Nintendo, when they really hit that sweet spot of, yeah, I can beat this, but I'm also not feel. But I also don't feel like I'm being, you know. Oh yeah, the Arcade Perfect Home ports. You need that too.
My toes, my toes.
I think it was one of the GTA games, like of the trilogy, that are we just going through lives with Michelangelo, huh? Yeah. Have another credit. Also, there was one pizza monster on the cartoon. You gotta love how the method for them to make the Xenomorph more kid-friendly was just, yeah, we'll give it regular eyes and a mouth that is not. Right.
Prehistoric Turtlesaurus.
Very different progression here. Anyway. There. Yeah. The IDW comic book adapted Turtles in Time. I mean, very loosely. They just took the idea of, hey, the Turtles jump through time a bunch, which, you know, was not even very original concept when this game came out, because in the comics they know this girl, I forget what her name is. She has a very Jack Kirby-esque headdress, meaning she looks a little bit like Galactus, and a time scepter. The time scepter would then be featured in the god-awful third movie. But yeah, Turtles be time traveling. That's the point here. And the IDW had a lot of comic had a lot of fun with it. They befriended a little, I want to say a little Triceratops, or you know, oh yeah, Velociraptor's Brave Fire. That's one of those things Jurassic Park just omitted, right? Oh yeah, the animations in this are fantastic. At risk of getting off track again, the developers of the new game that is coming out tonight, or tomorrow, whatever, they said there won't be any DLC in terms of, you know, cosmetics, alternate costumes, that kind of stuff. Okay, it's the Cement Man, I guess. because they said that they're
Man, I just had a shower.
because they said the animations that they crafted for this game are just too detailed. Meaning if they like, say if they did the classic turtles in a trench coat thing, the artists would really want to get all the cloth looking good and all that. And yeah, that's why there won't be any cosmetic DLC for the new Turtles game, because they want to get it right if they were to do it.
Had a shower.
And I can really respect that, because the animations for that game look fantastic. Anyway, yeah. If you're a big Turtles fan and you're not reading the IDW comic that has been coming out as a regular series for over 10 years now,
Man, I just had a shower.
do yourself a favor and get yourself a collected volume. It's really good. And the collected volumes also have the advantage that all the side stories are like dedicated villains, one-shots, and all that. Miniseries about April and Casey on a road trip, that kind of stuff. It's all collected in order, in a good reading order. Oh yeah, the boss hitboxes were always a little wonky. I mean, also the fact that we have a depth axis and... Oh, I never saw that Galleon's figure.
Forgot the sun cream. Forgot the sun cream.
Also, apparently the most recent animated series was really good. Like, I still wasn't finished with the previous one, the 3D animated one, and I thought to myself, nah, I'm not gonna start a new animated series when I'm already several seasons behind on the other one. And at first I was like, okay, maybe this is not for me. The animation seemed more geared towards the younger viewers, and maybe the humor was a little more silly again. And I shouldn't be a snob about that, because
I feel seasick.
because
I feel seasick.
part of TMNT was always for younger kids. Yeah, but then I saw a little bit of a retrospective review video on the show, and I'm really bummed out that they cancelled it after 2 seasons. Because apparently they left a lot of potential on the table.
Forgot the sun cream. Pizza time. Ooh, my toes, my toes. I feel seasick.
Yeah. What is it? Not sure if she... I don't think she gets in on the microphone. So. Oh shit, both of them, huh? We don't want to do that. That's a disadvantage of playing with the M30. Like, it's a really fun pad for 2D games, but no select button. So I always keep bumping into the what would be the home button on other controllers. Also, wow, especially Toka's sprite really took a hit for the Super Nintendo version. Look at that level of detail. Even got a screechy little voice from the movie down. Even managed to get their personality. I mean, shit like that, yeah, they're not too bright. I guess they were kind of supposed to be the movie version of Bebop and Rocksteady. In a way. But also the fact that they fight with really dumb brute strength. No finesse. No training. They're little kids. Aww. Look at that little wolf cub. Aww.
Bury my shell at Wounded Knee. Let's get shell.
Have I mentioned how much the soundtrack is just a complete bop? Like it's scary good. Just how much it still holds up. That's probably also the one thing I'm gonna be missing unless they specifically put it in Shredder's Revenge. This very specific Konami sound. Dude, you're not fooling anybody. Thank you. This one guy still holding on to his disguise. Wait, we're already fighting? Sorry, can't see anything in this poncho. Something I really like about all the screenshots I've seen of Shredder's Revenge. I haven't watched the last couple of trailers because I didn't want to spoil myself too much. But the fact that everywhere you would just see foot soldiers wearing like chef's hats or working cash registers in the background, as if they're, you just know that they're still pretending to be regular folks until they jump into action, and there's something very silly and charming about that. I mentioned the turtles and trench coats before, but those were still... like, the first movie kind of made a case for that, at nighttime New York, At nighttime New York, you might not notice that the guy who just walked past you with a trench coat and a
Fresh turtles for lunch.
in a hat and a trench coat with a big backpack. You would maybe not look twice at them, but the bright-colored foot soldiers just wearing a hat as a token disguise. Wonder if he's supposed to be a pastiche of Crocodile Dundee and, you know, Florida Bayou folks, specifically with the really big knife. Like I know that I think at least in the animated series or the comics for the animated series, published by Archie Comics, if you can believe it. It was a whole thing about a guy getting cursed by a bayou witch, and yeah, well. They kept finding very creative reasons for certain creatures not being created by the mutagen, which is a little silly because, I don't know, the mutagen is kinda already your get out of jail free card for monster creation. Might as well use it. And aforementioned comic, the one that's still running, they have no shame. The mutagen can do basically anything. Like, you can, under the right circumstances, you can inject a human with it, and it doesn't mutate them at all. It just rejuvenates them. Like the whole process of turning a human into an animal hybrid. Like Bebop and Rocksteady is apparently more involved and all that. Like the whole accidental, you touch something and then you touch the mutagen and now you're that. They don't really do that. I think I've also talked about Bebop and Rocksteady just having a terrific turn in that comic. They're just amazing. Just as stupid as you would expect them. But the comic also takes time to explore that, well, they're still really good friends to each other and, you know, as a redeeming quality. And the comic knows how to have a lot of fun with them. Especially how just absurdly strong they are. And also resistant. Like, there are scenes where Rocksteady has like a katana blade sticking out of his shoulder. And he's carrying on a conversation. I'm reading this and I'm like, that's not a TMNT character, that's a Space Marine. Also, Krang just looks very delightful in this. Really good facial animations again. Yeah. Folks who know the Super Nintendo port may have noticed that we didn't go... that we only had like this horizontal scrolling and not the depth scrolling. Which... yeah. Which was mostly realized with Mode 7 effects. And that's, well, that was one of those enviable tricks the Super Nintendo had.
You're going to pay. Cowabunga! Starbase, where no turtle has gone before. I'm trapped! No! No!
You know, if I ever make it off this planet,
Shock.
by way of, you know, I don't know, technical progress and whatnot, sci-fi stuff. If I look out of the window and I'm not seeing this, like, these domes, this really wild shit, I'm just gonna be disappointed.
I feel seasick.
Like, people are gonna come to the first commercial moon or Mars facility and they're gonna be like, yeah, great, where are the windows? Oh no, we don't have any windows. Always looked very frog-like in that animation. Don't you hate it when environmental hazards don't affect enemies? The first level did that so well.
Now I'm too cool. Pizza time. Now I'm too cool.
At least they put a cooldown on that quip. Yeah.
Now I'm too cool.
not long enough. Come on, what is this bullshit?
Oh, shell shock. Let kick shell. Forgot the sun cream. Pizza power.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Does the arcade version have a Technodrome level after this, or are we going straight to Shredder after Krang?
You shellheads are dead. I'm trapped. Anyone got a pin? I'm trapped.
At least Krang is having fun. Never quite gelled with me in the 80s animated series is that apparently Shredder was also this scientific genius who would frequently just come up with robot designs and biochemistry bullshit and all that. Where you have to wonder why is Krang here to begin with? Like, you have a literal brain in a jar from the future, or not from the future, but you know, from a highly advanced alien transdimensional race. Wouldn't that be his department? This is when Gargoyles, Demona was suddenly constructing big angry robots.
I'm trapped.
Come on.
Anyone got a pin? I'm trapped. I'm trapped. That holds our way home. Let's go.
That's just gruesome. Is Krang okay?
Technodrome, a final shell shock.
I think it's gonna be a proper level, right? Oh wait, no, it's really just a boss. The... Oh yeah, and again, Konami's weird fascination with the idea that Shredder's some kind of wizard. The Super Nintendo had Super Shredder as the final boss? Yeah, and I'm torn. On one hand, the Super Shredder thing was always a little... I don't know.
Oh, shell shock. Let kick shell.
I don't know. Weirdly, it felt less personal. As a big finale. But then, on the other hand, it's a pretty cool design, and I could certainly see why they put it in. You know, hype from the second movie, where Super Shredder has like a screen time of, I don't know, 30 seconds. So, I still think it's really nice that they let him mutate with his armor getting bigger too, which, you know, makes no fucking sense, but preserve the man's dignity, huh? But yeah, they completely remade this for the adaptation. Or the port, I should say. And the port also had the advantage that you kinda sort of fight vanilla Shredder in the Technodrome level that they added. Also just one of those random things. Shredder has a lightsaber now. And that's sad.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, our 4 reptilian heroes, have overcome the Archdome Shredder.
Hi there in chat. This on PC. Like not native, it's emulated. But yeah. And I was Turtles in Time. You almost as if I rushed through the game, but there's just, at least when it comes to the arcade version, there's not much more there, simply. That's interesting that the Super Nintendo port switched it up a lot, then the Genesis port also made a few changes. Originally I planned on playing the Genesis version as well, but didn't do as many streams lately as I planned to, and sure. I'm gonna take a brief break, and when I come back, we'll be looking at kind of a strange interstitial game. Remember the arcade version, like the first arcade game, and how it got a pretty decent port on the Super Nintendo? That port got a direct sequel. Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Also the reason why Turtles in Time was called Turtles 4 on the Super Nintendo. There's a little bit of continuity there. So, yeah, we're gonna have a look at that, and yeah. See you in a few. And we're back. Wow. Pretty fancy for an NES game. Yeah, so, the NES adaptation of the first arcade game got a direct sequel called The Manhattan Project. And apparently crime is escalating every day in New York. Oh, it's gonna be Shredder, right? I'm pretty sure he didn't say that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna play all of this, but I just want you to look up. This is basically set up for a fan game that came out a couple of years ago called Rescue Palooza, and that one had more of a 16-bit aesthetic, but still very firmly felt like a, I want to say, what-if sequel to this game, in terms of how the sprites, what the sprites looked like, what the gameplay, was evolved from, so to speak, rather than continuation of Turtles in Time. Bit of an awkward order here, I realize, but I promise it all makes sense. Ooh. Entire level, huh? And you can also really see that that a lot of developers, even when the Spin Nintendo was already out or on the horizon, they really wanted to get the most out of the existing installed base, because the Super Nintendo, no, sorry, the Nintendo or the NES, was just such a phenomenon at the time, and I wonder if the Super Nintendo ever even caught up to it in terms of just units sold. Look at that. Got some vertical scrolling. And, yeah, that's just one example here, right here. And I guess another appeal of the NES was also that it was probably cheaper to develop for. Both in terms of the work you had to put into all the assets, and it was likely also more of a known quantity. Ah, yes, the instantaneous no wind up. You just take damage now attacks that the series is, yes, retroactively becoming known for now. Also, wow, Rocksteady with a harpoon gun. Obligatory surfing level. Wait, they're in Key West. Isn't that like in Florida? Or... am I mixing things up here? I really thought that... wow. It's like a beautiful choreography that they have prepared, huh? But I really feel for the... I mean, there are robots in the old cartoon. But you know, those foot soldiers who all they do is stand at the bottom of the sea and wait and wait and wait, and then they jump once, and that's it for this deployment. Maybe Star Wars has really just ruined us, sci-fi wise. Do we have to show any kind of drive, or just how this thing is able to fly? Nah, it just does. A submarine. That's bound to be a short level. What I always liked about the arcade game and the Manhattan Project is just how derpy they look. They have a bit of a, like a, I want to say Buster Keaton quality, where they just take all the difficulties the game throw at them with this stoicism. I really wonder how much restraint they've shown. Like, sure, this is already a ridiculously long submarine, but still kind of, you know, the suspension of disbelief is still holding. But if we're walking past like 3 of these towers, I wanna say... say it's gonna strange the livability. That's not Rocksteady, that's kind of cool. Also not Bebop, who I was actually thinking of. Highly motivated battle. Oh shit! That's pretty cool. You know, the game got to that. Lots of neat little details here. But the arcade game was by no means a compromised port. In fact, it was surprisingly solid for, you know, for the NES. You can really tell that they're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna rest on our laurels here. And I always appreciated... like, the gameplay hasn't aged super well. There are a lot of hits you can't really do anything about. And all that jazz, but I really do appreciate it if you can really tell that a lot of attention and love went into a game. Did they call it the Bridge of Danger? I'm pretty sure it's the Brooklyn Bridge, and I guess this guy doesn't agree with my assessment. Ooh, rock soldiers already, huh? I guess Bieber was having fun, huh? Did you... Dude! Is he just gonna keep doing that? Oh. Those are some strong lads. And the rook soldiers were like, yeah, no. Let's grab some girders. Let's show those. Let's show those footballs how it's done. Oh, hi, Slash. How's the fifth turtle doing? The IDW comic has a very sweet scene between Mikey and Slash. In that comic, Slash is huge. Like Incredible Hulk huge. And at first, not particularly bright. And Mikey is like the first one who gets through to him by, I think he offers him a chocolate bar. Just, you know, something very Michelangelo, very wholesome. Is that the first pizza in the game? You think one of the developers ever asked another one, hey, so what kind of color would you assign to a boomerang foot soldier? I don't know. Well, I got Snot Green and Deep Crimson left. Let's go with Snot Green. Second place at the Technodrome Talent Contest, those guys. God damn it. Not getting any traction with these assholes. Again, some very strong lads. Okay, Bebop, could you... What are you wearing? I guess? Does it hurt? So many questions. I have some problems with these hitboxes. I don't even think the choice of turtle matters much in this game. Just switching through them so we see all of them. Now when I was wailing for several seconds, I don't think I even hit him. Could we please wrap this up? There we go. Ah, obviously. Are they gonna do box standard Streets of New York stage now? Because unless New York is full of holes now. Are they actually doing something interesting? That's what conservatives warned us about in the 80s. First the Japanese took all the tech jobs, then they took Manhattan. Suddenly the game just turns into Bastion, narrator included. Again, very limited resources on that old MES, but they did their damnedest to make this exciting. What are those? Tiny tear gas grenades? Oh, those statues are absolutely coming to life, are they? Yep. With the conceit being that, well, most of the enemies will just be foot ninjas, they still manage to squeeze a lot of variety out of it. Hit the rewind button by accident there. guys. Okay, right. I press both buttons at the same time. Honestly, I have no concept of how hard the game is based on, based on the fact that we're playing this with infinite lives. Yeah, they're about to clothesline me with a laser? Okay, watch this. I'm gonna go down here, and there's still gonna be like this line is still gonna be in service. Again, the movie pretty big sprite. What did I say? Not to throw too much shade, but no American public transport line is that resilient. Wait, did he just miss his mess up his big entrance? Guessing there's just 2 levels left? So where's the pizza? Seriously? think we found one slice. Ooh. Like, the game takes little things into account, like throwing a foot ninja counts as 1 damage and doesn't immediately off them. Well, most of them, I guess. But I think you generally do more damage if you also throw them off a ledge. No. So many Mausers. I think I may need a little mouse on my desk. Oh. That's it? Well, yeah, I figured this may just be a mini boss. Also, kudos for going the extra mile there, game. A rare slice of pizza. It's Leatherhead. Leatherhead with a comically large head, but I guess gotta make it work on the hardware. And just busting out a shotgun, why don't you? But honestly, given the choice, if an alligator came at me, and it would either use its natural weapons or a shotgun, I don't know. I guess the correct answer here is, what did the alligator load the shotgun with, but, you know. Really single-minded boss design. I'm not even sure what to do here. I guess jumping? Oh god. I thought it was a game for kids, and then Leatherhead tore off Mikey's head. Come on. There we go. That Bogart Shredder. Didn't we see that animation before? Oh, of course. Those little guys. Guys, your priorities in terms of high tech are a little wonky. I could have a hoverboard. Sure, great, but wouldn't you also ask for the laser gun? Well, duh, then we're not ninjas anymore. You're very vindicated. Still vindicated. Come on. I'm glad this platform is here at least. That's creepy as hell. He should really just let one of the skeletons come out and fight. Oh boy. That has to be the shittiest version of Flappy Bird I've ever seen. And there were some stinkers there. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just holding down the turbo button. It still takes a ludicrous amount of hit damage. So are they gonna do the whole elevator thing from the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time? No. Oh. It's him. The big cheese grater. Interesting how they made the AI just kind of reactive to your actions. Like we saw this with those little pistol robots who just instinctively jump backwards and fire, and we came at them with a flying kick. And Shredder's also like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna just walk into your attack. Like how he has the same, actually a very similar moveset as ours. Wonder if they considered making him a playable character, like as a as an unlock or a cheat. Everyone gets a turn. It? Ooh. I'm not gonna question logistics here, or, you know. Oh god. It's the whole ball of them, huh? Come on. A bit torn. Do I want to finish this game or switch to the fan game because I kind of want to spotlight it? It's pretty good. You know what? I think we get the idea. Especially since I originally just planned to give it a bit of a look just for context to the third game, but yeah. I don't know if the Manhattan Project is going to be included in the upcoming collection that Konami is releasing. I hope they do, because the game has a lot of fun ideas. I'm going to take another break, and then we're going to play Rescue Palooza, which, like I said, is a fan game, but one made with a lot of attention to detail and love for the material. So, stay tuned. they tested, but the engine they made it on seems a little finicky.
Pizza time!
Oh, that's a good sign. Yeah, seems okay.
Let's go!
I guess we're tied to Leo now? Old school. Ah, it's the third tutorial. Yeah, and like you can see, based on the animation, it's kind of like a... like a 16-bit sequel to the arcade game The Manhattan Project. This would be so much easier if I also, you know, looked at Splinter's instructions. You have my support. Maybe have it refilled faster in a training setting, but that's just me.
You have done well, my students.
Not this again. Oh, do I actually... do I get to advance it? Yes, this again. Only this time to commemorate the 30th anniversary of a rivalry. They're still teenagers, you know. I've kidnapped everyone. Everyone? As in everyone in the city? That's a little vague. Don't you see all the people behind me? Captured all your friends. Just assume it's anyone you care about. Looks like it's time for action. Master Splinter, will you join? Think I didn't grab him too? Second on the list after Miss O'Neill. The long list. He was flattered. Now, why don't you, the four of you join me for some soup? Sayonara. Genetic accidents. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. But we are out of pizza. It sounds like a good reason to try out my new clonulator. I'll make robot doubles of anyone we come across, using a complex series. Yeah, delivering beatings is enough for me. Wait, I meant wisecracks. Delivering Yeah, because this is the old show and Raph doesn't have anger issues. Yeah. Alright guys, it's time to teach old Shredhead a thing or two about honor. Let's kick shell. Yeah, So as you can see, it also kind of pays tribute to the first NES game, which is really neat. Turtles all have the same stats. And yeah, this one is just a straight up tribute to the first game. With the weird inexplicable fire enemies. I think I'm about to lose a life. Also really big rats. They're not quite as articulate as Splinter, huh?
Trespassing on royal grounds.
Really? Hey! Look who we found. Like how it looks a little bit like packaging from an action figure. So do we save April just by going into her apartment? That's just some dude or Vernon. What was that? Okay, so the new game probably has a lot of cool shit, but it won't have Splinter piloting a little Mauser mech.
Do not lose this app.
Am I glad to see you guys?
Something too bad for her deposit? Oh yeah, no, this place is fucked.
Surprise! We got you now. Get out of here, you wimp.
At least they're having fun. She just microphone whipped him. That's really good. It's not bad. Oh, this is gonna take a while with her. Ah. Missed my window there. Aww.
Terminate. Terminate.
Look how there's really more modern game design at work here. Like with the way it signals enemy attacks and all that. Okay. Chrome Dome suffering no fools. Well, we did get Mondo Gecko and a character I've never heard about. Huh. Why can't I? It's in case you got more than one player. Sorry, folks. I fear a headache coming on pretty fast too. I've been. Maybe it's because the weather has been kind of flaky and it's affecting my sinuses. Like I've been having issues the past few days. Yeah. I wanna practice some good self-care and not force myself to play and stream when I should be laying down. But I think I get the idea here of this really, really cool fan game. Let me look up the official link real quick. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about cutting this short. I would have loved to play at least another half hour of this, but yeah, my head is starting to be very rude to me, and yeah, I wanna do another stream this week, be it tomorrow afternoon or maybe on Friday. Of course, with the brand new Turtles game coming out, Shredder's Revenge. Already preloaded it and everything, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that and sharing that with all of you. And in the meantime, if you want to see more of my stuff, you can check out my archive over on YouTube, where most of my votes go before they expire on Twitch. You can follow me here on Twitch or on Mastodon on Twitter. To be alerted when I do another stream, since I'm currently operating without a schedule. And if you're ever feeling particularly generous, I have a tip jar over on Ko-fi. Anyway, thank you for watching. Everyone, take care. If you're a Turtles fan like me, I hope you have the means to play the new game and enjoy it. If not, I'll be streaming it, and yeah, it's a good time being a turtle. Everyone, take care, and see you next. Bye.